what I tell people, and through the TEDx talk that I gave, is there are 3 basic strategies that you can use to get through it, which is stay cold, keep emotionally distant. Don't let that whiplash, that yo-yo effect of the charm pull you in. The person, you have to focus now on the externalities. I'm here for my family, which leads to the next one, which is bottom line. Why are you there? It's to support your family. Remind yourself of that. Put pictures of your family. Remind, this is for my daughter. This is for my, stay on that external focus. And then rational. You're not going to win in a battle of public appearance. They have already crossed those T's and dotted those I's. You are not going to get them to fall to their knees and say, you're right. Oh my God, I've been an asshole my whole life. I see the light. Now, that is not going to happen. That has never happened in the history of narcissism. Okay. What can you get out of the situation now? You got to be brass tacks. If I do this, I will get that. These are the external reasons. I'm going to proceed with that knowledge. Okay. So I call it if you use, like CPR to help people breathe, then CBR, cold bottom line rational, is helping people breathe in these situations. But at the end of the day, it's a stopgap, Wes. There's no way you're going to fix the situation. You got to get out when you finally can. And so that inspired me. I couldn't deal looking in their eyes and saying, yeah, we've studied this stuff for more than 20 some odd years, and I have nothing for you on how to protect yourself from them. That's unacceptable to me. So I almost got mad. And so 20 years, we've known how they hurt, why they hurt, who they hurt, nothing on how to help them. So that's why what really has reinvigorated my research stream and got my passion going now.
Dan, I couldn't be more taken back by the response. I just love that, because the second part of the manuscript for the Leading with Purpose book that I've got is really about how a leader needs to make sure they understand their individual team member's purpose and help that team member connect what they've got to do on a given day back to what drives them as an individual. And that's what and that's just so important. You weren't talking to folks that reported to you. You were talking to folks students in your case, but the folks coming to say, how do I fix this? And that's what leadership's all about. That's stellar. And that's the impact. Think of the ripple effect that you've got when you give those tools to somebody, the CBR, and I put those in the comments, the CBR instead of CPR. When you help somebody connect the dots, hey, I've got to go through this suck right now. Right. But here's why I'm doing it. And here's what I'm looking for.
That's right. And I want to caution. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. How does that make you feel about, here's the impact I can have if somebody listens to me, how it can change their life?
I mean, that's where I derive my passion. There was my dean was just talking at a college meeting the other day about a book he read it's called The Meaning of Life. And to give you the Cliff Notes version of it, it's other people. Right? What are we leaving? What impact are we having on people when we leave this earth? What mark have we made in the minds of our comrades? And I think that makes a lot of sense. And so for me, moving aimlessly paper to paper as an academic wears on you after a while. Okay, the 200th paper, am I going to derive meaning from that? And so on, right? The 200th paper that 3 people are going to read at some point. What is the point of this journey? And I feel like those people who have reached out and said, I need help, have given me now a purpose beyond just tenure, full professor, and grants, and a cycle of research that felt to me very diffuse and very obtuse in my sense of purpose. And now I feel reinvigorated through that. And so, yeah, I think those UNR students, I owe a great deal of gratitude. I have a great deal of gratitude to them for alerting me to the fact that this needs to be done. So, yeah, and to the other part of leading with purpose and finding meaning in other people. I mean, at the end of the day, if I help one person with this, mission accomplished. But I also want to caution that I don't want this to become a never-ending arms race of manipulation, right? The CBR stuff I talk about never should be used in healthy relationships, never should be used with empathetic, kind people. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say the majority of issues you're facing at work, anybody listening to this, exhaust the legitimate channels first. Don't beeline it to CBR. Go talk to the person, talk to HR, get communication errors, misunderstandings. That is the vast majority of workplace toxicity. Yep. deal with it, get on the right page, get on the same page, lead up. There's a great TEDx talk by Leif Babin, talks about lead up with your leaders. Do all those things. Make an effort. Don't just assume the person's a narcissist. We see narcissists in our sleep these days. We have to stop doing that. There are people who are good-hearted people that make mistakes. Learn to forgive, learn to move on. Okay. But if you are dealing with somebody like this and you can't get away, then it's a time to deploy the tactics. But I don't want to see people manipulating each other all over the place. That was never my purpose.
Funny you say that, Dan.